Hi, so I'm very confused. I've just watched John Talks video. Now, John Talks is a really great YouTuber, and he's got a lot of photos of empty cinemas that claim to be showing Captain Marvel, where people have gone to the cinema and they've turned up and there's almost nobody there. So they took a photo. Now, like John points out, some of those photos can be staged. For example, you could go to an empty cinema, or you could wait right until a movie ends, then wait until people leave, then take a photo. Now, what I'm doing, I'm showing you in the background. This is BBC Live. So this is BBC News Live, and you've got the time here. So it shows 8:25. Now this is live. This is like politics, the House of Parliament from Britain live. So it'll be almost impossible for me to stage or make this completely false. Okay, so that's why I'm showing this, because it's live TV, and I'm going to upload this video in about 10 minutes. So I'd have to be some sort of time travel person to be able to make this a fake video. Okay, so we've got live TV from the House of Parliament at 8:25. Now, what I've done, I'm doing basically what John Talks has shown you, and I'm trying to test it for myself, and I'll try and do it live as quickly as possible. Now, these are cinemas near me. So you've got Tuesday, 12th March, 9 p.m. So you've just seen that it's, where are we? 8:25. So this is, let's get rid of this. Okay, so this movie starts in 1 hour. Sorry, in 35 minutes at 9 p.m. So it's 8:30 at the moment. All these are empty seats for Captain Marvel. Now, I know it's Tuesday and the movie's been out for a couple of days, but for a big blockbuster movie, all these seats are still empty. Now, this is just one. I picked random cinemas. So there's only, there's 4, 5, there's about, call it 15 to be generous. But all these seats are empty. And now, this is meant to be a blockbuster movie. Now, here's another one. Again, all these seats are empty. These are the premium. These purple ones are premium. These are standard. I think these are like large seats. But there's only, 2, 5, 10, again, we'll call it 20, but 20 is nothing for a cinema of that size. It's more close to 50. We'll call it 20. Okay, and this is another one. Again, there's a few more people here, but all these empty seats, all these premium seats empty. So you've got 4, 5, 7, 10, 12, so about 20. But there's certainly no, and this is what John has. John has these photos, these images from the weekend. So this movie is meant to be one of the biggest blockbuster openings of all time. I think they said it's about 5th or 6th, and there's no sign of that. I don't know where. I'm very confused. If anyone can give me an answer as to what's happening, and what we need to do as well is to go online and test it yourself, because these cinemas open in this showing starts in less than an hour. So unless there's queues of people waiting outside who haven't bought tickets and just going to turn up, but that doesn't seem really. And what I done was I tried a different cinema company. So I thought maybe it's something to do with like the cinema company or brand of cinema. But again, I tried a different cinema, and this one only has 6. So I think these are the premium seats, and I can book these 2 seats, but all of these are still empty. That's the screen there. So all these seats right at the back here, I'm very confused. And like John says, there's something fishy going on, because based on 2 reasons. One, there's so many photos online, on Twitter, of empty cinemas. You have the photos, then you have these screenshots of people being able to book tickets in empty cinemas. And these come from the weekend. So how are all these cinemas so empty? And these movies start in half an hour. Again, let me take it to the BBC again. So it's 8:29 in Britain. You got live from Strasbourg, and I've done some screenshots, and these seats are still all empty. I'm very confused. I'll link to John's video, because it's a really good video. He's got photos, but I'll try to test it for myself. And what you to do as well is test it for yourself. Go on your local, say do 2 or 3 in, around, not just local, maybe. I thought it might be local, so I picked out a number of different cinemas and even a different cinema company. And again, and also what I don't understand is these cinemas, that is cheap. For a big blockbuster, that's cheap for a cinema ticket. That's what I noticed as well. These are premium seats. Normally they're closer to at least £15. And I picked out that's more like it, maybe. But I picked out the premium seats, but I thought maybe all the premium seats were booked. So I picked out the highest price to show all the available seats. But that's still cheap for a big blockbuster movie. I know it's Tuesday, but if there's real demand for this movie, there's so many empty seats, and the tickets are cheap. I'm very confused. What I want you to do is test this for yourself. If you find full cinemas where you can't buy tickets, that would suggest. Now, what I'm puzzled about as well, if this is some sort of scam where Disney are claiming that there's huge demand for this movie when there isn't, the cinema companies would have to come forward and be honest, because if Disney claim this movie is making $150 million in America, that $150 million would go to the cinema. So the taxman would come along and say, well, all the cinemas made $150 million. Where's the revenue showing? So if there is some sort of conspiracy, there must be financial investigators who would want to know what's happening, because they will want to claim the tax. Okay, this isn't. You can't just claim financial conspiracies that easy. Some all different conspiracies about 9/11 or aliens, whatever. But when it comes to financial, there's always proof. So the cinema will say, right, we sold 200 tickets for this viewing on a Saturday at 9 p.m. and we sold them for $20 each. So there'll be solid financial evidence of their revenue. But if Disney are claiming that these cinemas are selling out, where's the proof they are when there's proof there isn't? But also, what you need to look out for this movie is the toy sales and the merchandise sales. If you go in toy shops and they're full of toys, then that shows that there's a real demand for this movie, maybe. But I don't understand what is happening. Why is there so much evidence of empty cinemas? I just don't understand it. If someone can tell me, then I'll be glad to hear it, because I'm very confused. All I can see is photos and proof of empty cinemas. And empty cinemas do not lead to billion-dollar box office receipts. I just don't understand it. And if this is the demand for a big blockbuster movie, how can these cinemas make money? They're only selling 20 seats for a big blockbuster movie. So that means that these cinemas are making no money. Surely, I'm so confused. Watch John's video and try it yourself. But for me, this doesn't make any sense. I'm so confused.